Welcome to Process 101 for ceramic and porcelain deep cleaning. Okay, so this is the deep clean ceramic and porcelain tiles from sort of general dirt, traffic dirt and just grease and grime that's built up. Okay, it's not for newly installed tiles where you've got builder's dust, grout residue. Okay, that's a different process. Okay, so what we decided to do, we've got a slightly textured porcelain tile, and what we're going to do is use the TileMaster 40 machine, cleaner number 3 and pad D. Okay, pad D is a nice pad on these type of floors because it cleans chemical free. So if you are rinsing down with water or you don't make your product as strong as you'd like, then your pad is working chemical free as well, so it actually cleans with just water, so it's sort of the chemicals cleaning it and the pad's cleaning it at the same time. Okay, so you just achieve a better result, but you can always try pad A on the tile next to it and see which yields the best result. Okay, so what we've done there, we've pumped the sprayer a few times, we've kicked the stand over, and now we're just releasing some water and solution onto the floor. Okay, so the number 3 is diluted at 1:4, and you can see straight away, instantly, it's cutting through the dirt. Okay, so what we want to do, we don't want to flood the floor, we just want to put a nice amount, so we're keeping it wet. So as the machine is oscillating and working, it's lifting all that dirt into a liquid state on the surface of the tile, and then it can be vacuumed away, okay, and extracted away. Yeah, so there you can see we've probably done only about 30 seconds per tile, and then now what we're going to do is get the hand brush and just go over some of the grout lines. Okay, so the chances are that if the grout lines aren't too deep, that the pad and the solution and the agitation will clean them up. Okay, what I like to do, I only like to do things once. Yeah, so do it once, do it right. So while I've got that solution there, rather than wasting it and vacuuming it up while it's sat there dwelling, I would rather now scrub the grout lines, even if the machine's got 60%, 90%, rather than take that chance of having to then go over those sections again, whether it's straight away or at a later point. I'd rather just do it all now. Yeah, so I'm getting those 2 tiles absolutely spot on. Yeah, so what we've done there now is we've got the extraction machine with the spray jet. Okay, so if you've not got the spray jet and you've just got the normal wet and dry vac, what you would do, you'd suck it up, and then what you would do, you'd need to go over it again just with some fresh water, whether that's in the machine or just with a mop, and rinse it. Okay, because this vac has got the spray jet on it, so it's got 80 psi spray jet that jets down onto the tile with fresh water, and that's actually helping you just rinse it and neutralize the floor and get it perfectly clean in one hit. Okay, so now what I'm doing there, I'm just misting the spray jet just over the area, just to give it a bit more of a rinse, because the number 3's got quite a high soap content, foams up, that's what gives it its power, and all I want to do is make sure I remove all that residue so the tile is at a neutral state. Okay, so what you can see, obviously the results are stunning. We wouldn't expect anything less from the system, but now you can see that it's done a brilliant job, and potentially you now need to decide if you're happy with that and you're ready to move on to the next area, or like I'm going to do here, is now touch up just a few little bits. So what you've got there, just a few little bits, whether it's chewing gum, blue tack, things like that. All I've got there is the safety scraper blade. Yeah, so it's a flat blade, and you can just run it along the surface of the tile and it'll just scrape things like tar, gum, any sticky residue. It'll just take it off without damaging the face of the tile. Okay, there's also a couple of little bits of grout lines some bits of stubborn bits on the tile. It just needs some extra attention, so I'm just dealing with them. Okay, so all I've got there is again a little sprayer made up with number 3, same dilution, 1:4, and I'm just going over those areas. Yeah, same again. I'm just going to now rinse them, extract away the dirt, and I'm happy with it now. Okay, so all we've done, we've cleaned it with the machine, we've made the observations. There's a couple of little bits that need touching up, so I've dealt with them now, there and then. Before I move on to the next section, they're dealt with. Okay, so now you can see, as we bring the camera in, you can see the results that have been achieved. So the tile does have a little black fleck in it, but obviously that's consistent and we can see that throughout, but we can see a huge difference, you know, in the floor and the tile and the cleanliness. Okay, so there we have it, spray extraction vac, the TileMaster 40, pad D and number 3. Okay, and it's just cut through the dirt. Yeah, dead simple. So all we're going to do now is just repeat the exact same process across, you know, 2 or 3 more tiles at a time. We're not doing big areas where it's drying out, and we just repeat the process on the whole floor, and it's dead simple. Okay, so we've got our process. If we don't deviate, we're going to get the same results everywhere else.